Never say TY. It itches me to record this audio, especially knowing I'm or have been mostly a writer. You can write practically anyone can write. We all can write. But to write and sound off in a way that makes sense is a heck of a lot different. There are limitless, boundless, endless, and if you're lucky, quote unquote, lucky, defeatless ways to write and speak and enjoy your own content. Look, to keep it simple, stooged is the effect of diehard, continuous action in a productive and creative capacity. That, in other words, that's what luck is. I know you're already picturing your success, and that's great. Or good. Or I assumed. The point is, action is always better and best than just waiting for things to happen. You have to breed into a successful state by mixing all of your effort into straightforward motion, and in places you have the most independent, self-directed actions. For example, I'm hitting this pen with paper knowing that I will be hitting my mic with the words on this paper. The point and the goal is being eminently portrayed in a prudent and helpful fashion. If not, you can tell me otherwise in the reviews of or my email. Please see my other books if you're wondering how to exit the inner city mindset. The people from my background had to fight like hell to escape. And most of them, by the way, they think that the inner city mindset is the whole world. Most of them, that's what they think. To extrapolate a bit more, it's best to define or go somewhere else. All the people that abuse or sympathize, and I just got to add this, I guess suffix, it would have been in preface, but it's a suffix now, is that don't try to save them, don't try to help them, just focus on yourself and focus on self-improvement. That's all you can and should focus on. All the people that abuse or sympathize and kowtow to others to keep you having an inner city mindset will only respond to incentives, right? So the people who are like, you walk down the road or something and someone's trying to shout your name for something just very petty, and you're going your own direction, you have your own destination, and to fight that person is completely irrelevant. It's misplaced emotion. So that's what I mean. Another example would be you're in the park and people you can tell are gossiping about you, laughing about you. You're reading a book, they're calling you names. Okay, just move on. Keep reading your book. You're reading your book outside. Ooh, that's hard for them to absorb. So they got to distract themselves. And it's not. I'm not saying it's hard for them in a way like to sympathize with them. I'm saying it's hard for them in a way that your very presence contradicts their worldview. That's what the hard thing to realize is to unlock yourself. You have to do something. So mindset will only respond to incentives, like we just went over, or I just went over. You have to do something radical and inventive. For me, that's simply authoring some books publicly and having great and honorable private relationships. For you, that could be any number of things. So I've tried to explain this concept to many people. I've sort of absorbed this minutia from the detail of just watching people crumble, watching all celebrities crumble, hearing all the quote unquote exemplary lottery winners. If I won the lottery right now, I'd probably put it all into Bitcoin, just to safeguard myself from going crazy, just spending wildly because the people around me are like, oh yeah, you should spend. So yeah, it's not what you think. Getting a lot of money isn't glamorous. Of course we all need money to live to some extent, but I know people listening to this book, they understand all that. So the points I want to focus on are the points no one really talks about. So if you have a reptile in a cage somewhere in a basement and nobody knows it's there, and the reptile is actually a leprechaun, or it is actually um, a or a child disguised as a dwarf. So it has, it's like one of those Russian doll type things, I guess you can kind of say. Then if someone just walks by, it's like, okay, it's like any other reptile. Let's just leave it there, give it its food pellets, give it its warm rock, make sure it has some, light from the light bulb, and whatever. Just keep maintaining the, changing out the sand when it defecates and all that stuff. So, but the thing is that they don't understand. What they don't understand is it's not really a reptile, and they don't care to understand, and nobody will try to understand. So, what a lot of people get wrong, and I think it's purposeful. It definitely is purposefully set up that way. Is that it's not knowledge that will change your situation, like knowledge that, learning something new. It's actually just doing radical things. So a radical thing, if you're somebody who always goes to the library to read books, you could go to the park and read books. That could be very radical, very, very radical. If you're someone who goes shopping at the same store every day, you could just not shop, or you could take that money and literally just buy books online. This really will change, some things in a different path and in a better way. I mean, just giving examples, but there could be many number of different things for you or everyone listening. So that is another, there's many different things you can do. And so don't get, caught up in, oh, it's either this or that, A or B, or like it's either go outside and go for a walk, or, do jumping jacks in the home, or, oh, it's too loud. Because for me, coming from a place where the neighbors are really icky, then it's, there's not many options. And the environment's very icky. It's like there's nowhere to go. The buses are icky. The people on the buses are icky. The bus drivers are rude. So there's no positive place to go. And most people, they kind of just give up and say, well, that's how the world is, and this is what's going to happen. And they focus on the negative. So that's a trap. That's a big trap. And that's what, the sort of powers that be, the sort of status, if you will, statists want you to do that. And I just the status, people who endorse the initiation of the use of force against you simply for disagreeing with them and living in that disagreeable state. So those are the people who are the openly vehement enemies of a more free, liberating lifestyle, or liberating actionable things that you can do. So those, and the thing is if simply buying a book online, or having a different book delivered, or writing your own book, or actually publishing a book, or publishing podcasts, whatever, which aren't really as great, because the books actually, I mean, we can get to it another time, but books are, I think, are probably one of the best ways to free yourself, because, if people are too afraid, let's keep this as a bit of a secret. So the biggest reason that you want to publish books, or at least even just one book, is that most people, like 98, 99% of people, will just follow incentives. Like 90% of people will follow incentives, and 10% are like sociopaths, and they set the rules for the people who just follow incentives. So I know it's 100, and so it's not exactly that accurate, but just going with that graph. So, I mean, all you have to do is be looked at as, in their eyes, as a sociopath, right? And so I'm not saying to be a sociopath. I'm just saying, like, you set your own rules, right? Because they're just following incentives. They're going to assume you're a sociopath, or they're going to assume you're psychopathic, or they're going to assume you're evil, because you're making your own rules. And they think that you have to follow, and to follow is how you get around, right? Because those kinds of people, they just, other people set the motion, the step for them, and it's easy cakewalk lifestyle for them. So they just think everything is like that. So it's not to blame them. It's just to understand what the paradigm mindset they're working with. So let them assume that. And the people who are, actually interested in you, and actually interested in love and courage and the good, and actually not being evil, those people will actually get to know you. And those people aren't statistics. Those people aren't, just like random people. Those are people you can actually call your friends. And so those are the people that matter. And that's the point of publishing your own book, because if they won't read your book, they won't review your book, they won't, look at your book, whether it's like they just give it to them for free, let them review it. It's not about the money, just the fact that you wrote a book. If you wrote a book, you tell them, and they don't buy it, they don't review it, they don't read it, they don't, ask for a copy, whatever, then they are not your friends. So what? There's no point to listen to them, right? Absolutely no point to take advice, criticism, feedback, because they don't know you. They won't even. And I mean, I'll let you know this. I wrote a 5-page book. How many people have bought it that said they loved me in my past? Zero. Not one person who said they loved me bought the book. It's a 5-page book. It's $2.99. Not one of those people bought it. So what does that mean? Oh, 5-page book. I can't read that. Man, I love I love you as a friend. I love you as a brother. You're this, you're that, or whoever. Like I love you as a descendant of mine, paternally, whatever. But you can't read. You can't even read the free sample, which is like less than a page worth of words, and review that. It's completely free. It takes like 5 seconds. The title's obvious, the title's clear, the title's emboldened, the cover's easy to recognize, everything is easy. It's 5 pages, one page of a sample for free. You don't even have to sign up for an account, I don't think. And if you do, I can just give you the whole book for free. You can just ask for it. It's very simple. Oh, but see, that's how you get out of that trap. It's very simple, very simple. So that's all you have to do. And that's my secret. That's took a very long time to learn, but that pretty much got me out of the fake crap that people put out there. Like, oh yeah, I love you, you're my friend, man. Like, oh man, we're best buds, man. We grew up together. Oh, but you won't read my book. You won't read a 5-page book. Oh my God. So what is love, right, to that person? That word is completely meaningless. It's a fortune cookie. It's not even that, because a fortune cookie takes more effort to get than to get a 5-page book on Goodreads, or you can listen to it on SoundCloud, and that's free as well. There's many places. It's not just one place, and so there's no excuses. If someone says they love you, they don't read something that was foundational to your beliefs. That's a very core fault of theirs, and so that's worth knowing about them. Very, very worth knowing about them. And of course that will keep you sane and will keep you away from the people who say, and just talk for the fact of talking, or to sound cool or important, or sycophantically to get social points from those around them for making you look or seem or think, or maybe whatever, I don't know. But it's not worth considering that mindset. Just focus on, having private, good relationships, and leave the popularity to the people who think that, I don't know, that they think that Britney Spears was a great role model or something, and that she's going to have a great life, and that she's a great parent, and that she's great at everything, and that let them have their celebrity readings in the grocery aisle. Well, if that's what they want, let them be. That's fine. We can have, if you're listening to this after it's recorded and finished, I would assume we can have that kind of, and you haven't stopped and all that stuff, throwing away your phone, whatever, but we can have that kind of relationship. And I'm not saying that because you're listening to this, that's the relationship you want to have with me. I'm helping everyone who's in that particular mindset and actually is in motion, and not just speaking words and trying to look cool, quote unquote cool, whatever that even means, to the next, habitual drunkard in their community. So yeah, that's all I get to say for now. Just wanted to make this very short update, but yeah, it's just great to get out of the inner city mindset. So if you can, and a lot of people, and it's also to close off with this, you can have the inner city mindset and not be in an inner city, right? And another thing is that the inner city mindset, it never goes away, right? Once you have it. So That's why I don't even want to explain it, because for people who are listening to this, who are on the other side, who have never been in the inner city, you don't even want to know what goes on in the inner city, so I'm not going to talk about that. So yeah, let's just focus on, the good old works of poets and all that kind of stuff, and make a better future for people who are good. And that's all I get to say for now. And keep undermining evil, because we all have those faults in us that just say, let's just do something that's very quick and easy that we can get away with and will make us feel better in the moment, and not withstand a little bit of pressure or a little bit of pain. So yeah, undermine evil, undermine the incentives of evil, and undermine the behavioral evil in as many people as possible, possibly as you can, in as many subtle ways as possible that are not going to cause, fire alarms and all this kind of stuff to go off. But yeah, just keep fighting the good fight. Never quit. Never surrender. And so that's all I got. All right. I mean, I could go on, but this is good for now. So thanks for listening, and just let me know what you think. All right. Goodbye. This is a private podcast / audiobook. Please keep it that way. Thank you.